right, man.
I'm going to pass it on to the next powerful speaker.
Kwam Yasha'Allah, which is in Hebrew.
Right.
So, yeah, Ra is Israel. Yasha'Allah is Israel. And Kwam is right.
And here, look, you see, this is how you write Israel in Hebrew. Yasha'Allah.
That's right.
It's Hebrew, right? We ain't got a flag. Brothers are really upset.
You're right.
Get your mighty fine stuff.
So, what's your nationality? What would you call it? That's a continent. That's a landmass. There's 56 countries.
Yeah, I'm African, so I'm mixed up in it. Nigeria, Egypt, Sierra Leone. So I'm African.
Yeah, but that's honestly, it wasn't even called Africa back then.
Yeah, I know that.
That was the land of Ham. So when we go back to the 3 sons of Noah, we're teaching thus saith the Bible. So everything we come out with is through the Bible.
Yeah.
So after
so you believe in the Bible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, from beginning to the end. Yeah. When Noah came out of the flood with his 3 sons, they repopulated the earth. Yeah, so you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Yeah, so we come from Shem. Yeah? Africans, majority of them come from Ham. Yeah, but they do.
Yeah.
Africans do. Certain East Africans like Ethiopians, Libyans, Eritreans. You know what I mean? Yeah, so look at this. Sister,
yeah, quick, because I've got a quote.
Ham, yeah, in the Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and the Canaanites.
Yeah, that's me.
So hold up. Yeah, but it's showing you, we were the ones that were called Negroes.
Yeah.
The West Indians, the West Africans that were taken from their land, they were the ones that were called Negroes. So it's showing you there, we're different people. The Israelites, who we are and who you are. No, we're not separating Africa. We're separating people.
Divide and conquer.
It's not that, man. We're different people.
I'm on your side, you know.
You're not on our side if you're not on Israel's side.
Listen, can I just say
You're not on
one
our
thing?
side.
Quick, 5 minutes.
Right. In Exodus, the Egyptians had the Israelites in slavery.
That's right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's Bible. So that's showing you that Israel and Egypt are totally 2 different people. And it just said that. Go on.
Exodus, and then cry loud, bro.
This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue
And dogs can't speak.
against man or beast, that they may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between Egyptians and Israel.
So we're not Egyptians. That's good. That's good. Israelites.
I'm proud.
We need to.
Proud. Come on.
I wish I had more time, you know. Are you going to be around tomorrow?
Come out on the Saturday.
Take the YouTube.
Take the YouTube. Vine of Israel, London. You want to type that in now. Yeah?
Stay blessed, my brother.
Vine of Israel, London.
Right.
Stay blessed. Barakatah.
So yeah, all praises to your whole bunch. Today has been a decent day, man. People are listening. It's always good. You know, the sister's mighty. You know. That's it. So what we're going to do is going to bring out some news now, because obviously the Most High has been judging this earth, and He's going to keep judging this earth until Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, comes back. So we're going to go into what's happening with go on.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the same past, which I have told thee from before, 4. Then shall they understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made.
So yeah, he spoke of these things, man. And now he's coming to judge the earth. And this is what we're doing. We're measuring the times diligently.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's what we're doing. We're standing on the tower and we're giving the people warning that the Most High is going to judge. He is judging right now. So we need to come back, we need to repent, we need to start keeping the commandments as a people, because our nation is destroyed right now.
Are we saved by keeping the commandments?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth.
Blessed is what?
Blessed is he that readeth.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy, to keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Because our people perishing.
No.
Our people perishing.
Right.
Our young people.
She knows the Bible, but she's getting into McDonald's to get the poison. That's madness.
I know, and I was going to read get a scripture for her. That's it. But you know it's the Sabbath today. We shouldn't
Can't
be
buy
buying
it and
and
sell
selling
it.
on the Sabbath.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
She might take time, sister. Yeah, grow, right? That's how you grow. Alright, just grow, sister, right?
Just
and
remember the
love.
Sabbath. Yes.
Peace and love, sister. Prepare for the Sabbath. Give her time to grow.
I don't think we can mention it the whole time we did it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So, you know, everyone's been coming and going. It's been look. Alright, so yeah, in Malaga in Spain there was a massive fire and they had to emergency evacuate loads of people. Yeah, so yeah, you can get Iraq 36 and 7. So, right. So, yeah, there's a wildfire in Malaga.
This is the book of Nazarite, chapter 36 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Rise up, indignation, and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
Right, go on.
Make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare the wonderful work.
And that's what we're doing. We're declaring the Most High's wonderful work.
That's right.
One more on that. So, and this is it. Go on.
Verse 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people.
That's right, man. So yeah, what we're going to see now is we're going to see a lot more of these fires taking out all these sort of kingdoms and places that have oppressed our people. Like Spain is definitely, you know, Italy is going to be another one. France, all these places are going to get their judgment, and fire's going to rain down from them, man. You got anything? Alright, so what's fire.
Okay, fine. No. I got the one where it says that makes the storms that calm and the waves.
Okay. So yeah, what's it? Mount Etna, like I was just saying, Italy. Mount Etna, that volcano, yeah, it's going again, and it's because another part of it's cracked open, yeah, and it's going crazy, like mad lava everywhere, yeah, and then there's and in Bulasan volcano erupted in the Philippines as well. So there's been a few volcanoes like bubbling up like recently, you know, and like we were saying before, man, it's just, you know, obviously it's all of the Most High, but when these things happen, it creates like shifts in the plates underneath, and when that happens, all sorts of things happen. Like you'll have earthquakes, you know, tornadoes, all of that, all sorts of weathers changing.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104 and verse 21. However, Yahweh shall rejoice in his work. He looketh upon the earth. He looketh on the earth, and it trembleth. He touches the hills, and they smoke.
That's right, man. So he's touching these hills, man, and they're smoking, isn't it? So yeah, this ain't the end of it, man. It's gonna be a lot worse coming up, you know. So all we need to do is we need to fear the Most High, man. Seriously, because he's the only one that will shelter us in the day of wrath. The day of wrath is soon coming, you know, soon coming, man. You know, the prophets, all the prophets out here, all over the world, they're saying the same thing, man. Time is running out, you know.
You said that.
Go on, bring out.
This is Psalms 107, verse 13. Then they cried unto the Lord Yahweh in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distress. Verse 20, he sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. Verse 28, then they cry unto Yahweh in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distress. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still.
That's right, man. So yeah, he's the only one that's gonna save us. That's why we need to call upon Yahweh to make him, you know, hear us from heaven and have mercy upon us. You know what I mean? Because without mercy, and we're doomed, basically. That's why we strive our best to keep the commandments, and we try and teach them the same way. Because, you know, that's loving our brother, isn't it? That's the second commandment what we brought out earlier. The second greatest commandment. You know?
You guys Christians?
No, we're not Christians.
Muslims?
No, we're not Muslims. We're the children of the Most High. That's right.
That's right.
And not everybody is the children of the Most High. You know? So that's it. Simple on that.
Smile.
There's nothing to smile about. We're in captivity. Look, see, you got everything to smile about.
Oh, no.
You probably got a nice flipping 3-bedroom house to go home
No,
to.
you shouldn't presume things
I'm
like
not
that.
presuming in it, but this is your kingdom, innit? So live well, because it's about to end. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a powerful storm that hit Peshawar in Pakistan, taking down and rooting up trees. You know what I mean? That's how heavy this storm was. There was also a storm in France, Italy, and Germany, like sweeping through the European nations, the Edomite kingdom. All praises to Yahweh. There's been a flooding as well in America, Venezuela. You know, that's our people. So you know them. South America's always getting judgment, whether it's a tornado, storm, earthquake. You know, so get their ticket 13 or 13 month shot. Yeah, man. So this is what I'm saying, man. If you don't know the gospel and you don't understand that we have to keep his commandments, in order for us to be saved in the day of wrath and all this judgment that's about to happen, then you just be thinking it's just Mother Nature, isn't it?
That's right.
Or Esau is manipulating weather systems and all that, you know? But that's not the case.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 13 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury.
In my what?
In my fury.
Right, you know?
And there shall be an overflowing shower in my anger.
In my what?
In mine anger.
Go on.
And great hailstones in my fury to consume
That's
it.
right. So he's furious right now. He's angry. This is the way he shows his anger and his fury. You know, and that's by touching volcanoes, touching hills, making them smoke. You know? Sending down mad hailstones the size of golf balls that are smashing windscreens and denting cars. This is how he judges, you know? Go on, bring it out. King.
Isaiah 42 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Like a man of war?
Like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, war, he shall prevail against his enemies.
Right.
I have long time hold of my peace.
I have what?
I have long time hold of my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
That's right.
I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up their herbs. I will make waste the river islands and dry up their pools.
That's right, man. So, you know, the Most High is the only one that can do these things, man. He can make a mountain as small as a hill. He can make a hill as big as a mountain. You know, he can dry up the sea. He can dry up the rivers. He can make a desolate and desert land flowing with water. You know, this is all of the Most High.
That's right.
You know? So yeah, what's it? Earthquakes now. If you want to get the editions of Esther 11 and 5. This 5.8 magnitude earthquake hits Mamuju, Indonesia. Yeah, a 6.5 earthquake hits Taruaca, Brazil, with tremors felt in neighboring country Peru. There were also others above 5 magnitude in Ladakh, India, and Babushkin, Russia. So there's earthquakes all over. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of the rest of Ezra, chapter 11 and verse 5. Behold, a night of a tumult, with thunder and earthquake and uproars in the land.
And that's what it is, man. Thunders, earthquakes, and uproars. Like, we're starting to see all uproars in the land as well now. You know, because abortion activists are going to flood the Supreme Court in DC, yeah, and they interrupted a Joel Osteen sermon while he was in the church.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
Women standing up saying,
yeah, talking about it's my body and I could do what I want.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, basically pro-abortion. And that's another way to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? I know, man.
if you don't like us, just go, man.
He that despises the word shall be destroyed.
Are you in the word? How did you get in it?
So listen.
How did you get in it?
Listen.
Are you saved?
So yeah,
Are you
basically,
saved?
Russia.
Save someone then. Save someone then. Go help someone.
No man can save himself.
Go
He needs Jesus.
Go save her then. Go help her. She needs
You're just a
saving.
lying devil.
Go and save someone then. We're not helping, we're not hurting no one.
You're lying.
Global
You're perverting the truth and the way, and you know it. Right?
Global health
Getting that. You're saying your body seems speaking like the sex of iniquity,
as a worldwide
and you're not
pandemic.
converted.
So they're
And
saying
you're the
now
lying spirit.
that food shortages, they're saying food shortages are going to be as worse as a global pandemic. You know, I should say pandemic, because you know this is what also does. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Pandemic.
Go back to that. Yeah, the guy's a demon, man. I knew it was him from the last time.
Yeah, it's him from the last time.
It's all good,
Remember
though.
that.
Well, that's how we know we're doing our job, man, because we're going to get all sorts of scoffers, we're going to get all sorts of persecution, and that's what the prophets went through, isn't it?
That's right.
So we have to strive for that too. If we're not getting these sort of demons and
Police
people,
officers,
yeah, coming up, then we're not doing what's right.
That's right.
We're not just handing out flyers, yeah, and thinking it's all good, man. Nothing happens to these people handing out flyers and calling on that name of a so-called white man called Caesar Borgia. Nothing's happening to them,
No.
you know. So, but when we call upon our Lord, Yahweh, everything's gonna happen. The whole world's gonna crumble.
Can't.
You understand? So yeah, man. What's it?
Crumble at this, man.
What's it? Russia as well. Russia threatens to strike the West if Ukraine uses rockets provided by US. Now we know that the US and the UK have been providing Ukraine with all sorts of weapons, you know, with anti-tank stuff, all of that, you know. So it's getting peak, man. You know?
Getting beat.
Putin ain't grappling no more, man.
Nah.
I'm telling you, listen, if he finds a shell with a US or a UK sticker on it, he's gonna go nuts.
They're nuts.
That's what he's saying.
That's right.
Serious, man. And we're not, you know, people don't understand this, man. You know, it's not on the news anymore. Like Al Jazeera, when this all was kicking off, Al Jazeera had 50,000 people watching live when they were rushing into Ukraine. Russia was going into Ukraine. Now you turn it on, there's like 3,000 people watching it. You know, and all they're talking about is some dead journalist who got shot in the head in Palestine. You know? Yeah, go on, bring it out.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
For sword, and for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
What?
And swords in their hand.
We know the modern day swords are tanks, guns, fighter jets, all of them sorts of things. Go on.
But there shall be sedition among men.
There shall be what?
There shall be sedition among men.
That's what's happening. They're meant to be the same sort of people, but they're warring against each other.
That's right.
They used to be part of the Soviet Union together, going back, I think, in the 70s or something. You know?
And invading one another.
And what?
And invading one another.
And that's what they've done, innit? Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's not the end of it. That's just the start of the beginning of sorrow.
They shall not regard their king.
They what?
They shall not regard their king.
No one gives a damn about Zelensky or however you say his name.
No president.
That's it. Go on.
And their cause of their action shall stand in their power.
That's it, man. You've got the average person in Ukraine picking up a gun and licking down a Russian soldier. That's what's happening, man. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's common. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai.
Done. Good. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 15. And thou shalt come from the place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army.
That's right. Those horses are the modern day vehicles. You know? Go on, read.
And thou shalt come up against my people Israel as a cloud to cover the land, and it shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog, before their eyes. Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh power, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days, many days, that I would bring thee against them.
That's what it is, man. It's a prophecy by the prophets, man.
The Russians are going to come up against it.
Yeah, that's it, man. And in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is about to happen. Go on.
And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, saith Yahweh power, that my fury shall come up in my face.
And that's what's really going on right now.
He's gonna have a you know, that stiff face. He's gonna start screwing his face. Like what?
That's
Like, you're trying to come up against Israel, though. You mad?
And the thing is,
And that's Russia proud, isn't it?
yeah,
Russia
yeah.
can be proud at UK and America, but just hold your peace when it comes to the Most High's children.
That's right, man. That's right. And they know this as well. You think Russia wasn't around that same table of Psalms 83? They was involved. They all are, man. You know what I'm saying? But because they, you know, this is all prophecy again. So the Most High is stirring up the kings and princes to go against each other. You know what I mean? And Ukraine is like the gateway into Europe for Russia. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening out there now. We've got another one. Yeah. So what's it? A gunman killed at least 50 people in a church in Nigeria. And that's mad. Like I actually see the video of it as well. It's mad. Like 50, like a guy ran up in the church and killed 50 people, man. Like he literally like sounds like that same Buffalo in America type vibe. Like you got, you know, but I'm quite sure it was probably like a Hamite.
And when you look up the Africa, they won't push that, man.
No,
if it's in America, it's more going to get pushed out around the world. That's why we said the brother does diligent research to find out these things, man.
Yeah, because the thing is, think about it. In America, it was 10. It was 10 people.
50 people.
Yeah,
man.
this is 50. This is like 5. This is like,
do you remember when I was
5 times Buffalo.
Remember when I was trying to show you the one in Jamaica the other day? How they killed about a whole community of people.
Yeah.
They went through there's gangsters doing some mob governing and that. If you don't pay the rent and that, they're going and they're just smacking up people, man. There's wicked ones among Israel, but could be most likely a Hamite, man.
Yeah, man. And in Nigeria, that's where our people go as well, man. You know, in Nigeria, and what's the other one? Biafra. It's like there's half, innit? You've got the Bantu, you've got the Israelites, and then you've got the Hamites amongst each other, and they don't like each other. They know they're different.
Sure.
This is why when these, like, how many times have we heard it today? At least 3 times. 3 different people. What's your nationality? I'm African, innit? How can we come from Africa? It's that same doctrine, but yet you go to Africa. Not saying I've been there, but you know we spiritually discern these things, innit? You'll have
Tribes
people,
segregated.
yeah, you'll have tribes segregating. You'll have some that know that they're descendants from the Israel tribes. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have the Hamitic people. Do you know what I mean? And they know they're different. Do you understand?
We don't even need to go to Africa to see that. It happens over here.
Exactly.
Right
they know that we're not the same people. Do you know what I'm saying? And Jake goes up into a Hamitic flipping coffee shop. They know what time it is.
Yeah.
You understand?
Let Jamaica go into a Somali coffee shop.
Exactly, and not just that.
And you're not going to get the love, man.
Remember the Deuteronomy 28 and 37 amongst all nations. So remember when, you know, the brother was saying about the Somalians and they call it, was it Jarel, hardhead. It's a byword, isn't it? They amongst all nations they have the same thing.
Yeah, the Somalis.
You know what I'm saying? And there's probably more for the Chinese, the Indians. It's the same, man. You get it? So yeah.
The Hamites they call us Akata.
What's that?
The Akata. Remember when you watch that film with Wesley Snipes? And it says, these are the Akatas. I think it was Rat City.
New Jack
City or Rat City, whatever it is, yeah.
Okay.
It says, and then Wesley Snipes gets nuts. Says, what? Starts punching up, and then he punches them up like these guys are calling us the Akatas, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He got bywords for us.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 71.
Bring it up!
Thou shalt be like madmen, sparing none.
What?
Sparing none.
And that's what this probably, I'm judging it's a Hamite. I might be wrong, innit? You know?
It could be, but
yeah, but sparing none. I'm led to believe he did actually take down the whole church. You know? He must have reloaded at least 2 clips. You know?
Clips. 2 clips. A few clips, bro.
That's it, that.
50 people, bro.
Yeah, but just like, you know, a couple people were getting a couple shots, man.
One guy.
Terrible, man.
One guy
but
done
this is what's happening. All these things are the beginnings of sorrow.
No,
so
but wait,
we know
bro.
this.
They're saved, innit? Because they got Jesus.
see?
No, but that's what
Exactly.
that's what they'll say.
That's what I mean.
They're saved because they got Jesus.
Yeah.
So that was saved. That's salvation for them, innit? That guy running in with the gun is their salvation.
That's right, man.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's why we say,
But
you that
listen.
endure to the end,
But-
the same shall be saved.
But you know what? I hope the Most High has mercy who He wants to have mercy on, because those that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, that is how you inherit the kingdom, man.
Right.
So hopefully the Most High deals with these people how He wants to deal with them.
Right. Right.
We're not the ones that are proud to say, condemn them, or we're not condemning
any one of them. We kind of feel sad for our
Obviously,
our brothers.
it's probably our people, man.
Our
Some of them were our people. You got to know for a fact that at least 10 of them are probably Jake or Eve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
praising the Most High, bro.
yeah, exactly. A zeal for knowledge, innit? A zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. You know? So yeah, and on the last thing now, there's quite a few. I ain't really got briefed. I don't want to go into it too much, but I have to let it know, innit? Pizza Hut. Yeah. Pizza Hut promote a drag kids book for infants. So Pizza Hut now are promoting a book for on drag for infant children. There's loads more,
Yeah, but
man.
is that the Solomon one? Let me
Yeah,
get the Solomon
a
one.
church. It's all the same, bro.
What Solomon?
Yeah, a church in NYC, New York City, celebrated Pride Month with drag queens at their worship. So in the church, they're bringing in drag queens now, worshipping. Yeah, in New York, Burger King promoted in their ad, it's time to be proud with a rainbow flag. So you got Pizza Hut and Burger King. Yeah, another one now. Tampa Bay, 5 Tampa Bay players, yeah, it's a hockey team in America, refused to wear LGBTQ logos on their shirt for a match and got persecuted for it. And I led to believe they were probably like Jakes even, or maybe, you know,
That's right.
Esau loves hockey, innit, that ice thing still. But there might have been a Jake in that. So they got persecuted for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're pushing.
Some Edomites, you can't bring that thing around them, bro. I know some Edomites, you can't bring that. Not all of them, you know what I mean? But I know a couple, and you can't bring that around them, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't bring that around all of them. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say they don't.
No,
you know Esau already.
Yeah. Like, they'll kill a man.
I know some of them that are not on that stuff, bro.
My one guy I work with, he said that literally back in his country, in Romania, he's talking about if he used to see a gay, he'd just go up and smack him up, literally, just seeing it. You know, like he's that bad. Yeah, no.
It's there, but yeah.
Romans. Yeah, you could cut that. You know what I'm saying? Be wise with it. Select it. But yeah, what's it? What was that? Romans. What's that
One. This is the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 24. Wherefore, power also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own heart, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
And that's what they're doing, man. You know, because that whole gay pride thing, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's all against the Most High. It's all against the Most High.
Cry louder, she said.
Come hear the words of the Most High.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 24. Wherefore, power also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own heart, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Fire upon Batty Boy.
Who changed the truth of power into a lie?
So who changed the truth of God into a lie?
That's right.
It's these wicked people that are ruling the earth.
That's right.
That are promoting all this faggotry and this gay pride crap. You know, these are the ones that are ruling the earth. Go on, read.
We worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forevermore. Amen.
That's what they're doing, man. They're worshipping things that were of man, you know, because it's the natural use of a man and a woman is to lay down together and to reproduce.
That's
That's it now.
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 9.
Bring it out, King.
The show of their countenance doeth witness against them,
That's right.
and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not.
They what?
They hide it not.
And that's what they're doing. They're promoting it on a different level now because they know that their time is up.
That's right. They hide it not. Woe unto the soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
That's right, man. So they're going to get judged according to their works. And this is why we're out here to try and drag our own people from that fire, man, because this is, our people are doing the same Hellenistic, heathenistic things, what they're promoting, you know? But again, you know, all, what's it? Go on, read it.
Genesis chapter 13 and verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plains of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, where before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
Where you what?
Where he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
And this is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, which is going to get destroyed.
Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Even as the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zorah.
That's it, man. So yeah, man, all these things that they're pushing, there's going to be a recompense for it, man. You know what I mean?
Let me read that. Genesis 13:13. But the men of Sodom were wicked.
Well, what?
Were wicked.
And that's what we see today. The same wickedness that was back then, it's even more right now. Go on, read.
And sinners before Yahweh exceedingly.
That's it, man. And it said when the Greeks got into rule that wickedness exceedingly polluted the earth. Wickedness multiplied on the earth. Yes,
that's all right.
Well, you know, on that's the news for today. It's been a mighty session. So all praises to how
I'll show you.
We'll close that. Yeah, go on.
So in America.
Cry loud though.
Also, if you didn't know that in America there's been more mass shootings each week in public schools, churches, hospitals, with gang crime, and it's happening on a frequent level, on a frequent scale. Now that they're actually trying to pass a bill to stop selling automatic weapons to children under the age of, or to people under the age of 18.
That's right.
But the rednecks, they're not having it. They're fighting against it now.
That's right.
So
that's right.
You know they're dividing against each other as a nation.
And they're not trying to let that law be pushed because they, like you said, they want to own their guns, innit? But then I watched that there was a talk show with Whoopi Goldberg on, and they were talking about it, about the whole guns and that. And then the host, which was an Edomite, in the end, she said, look, they're not going to change the laws, but the moment black people start buying guns and having guns, they'll change the law. You get me? And that's the truth. That is the truth. So you know what I mean? The co-host said, look, if black people start buying guns and having guns, they'll soon change the law. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is, because it's a white supremacy thing, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, Jake and Eve, they can buy guns out there. You can actually own a gun, innit? But most of these automatic guns, like the brother was talking about, like the AR-15s, M16s, like these automatic rifles, they're usually sold like to the ex-Marines and the higher up. Do you get it? What do you want? Genesis 37.
This is the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
Yeah, man. So if Satan cast out Satan and start making laws and then they're against each other,
how shall then his kingdom stand?
And that's kingdom not going to stand, right? Because this is why. This is Satan, all right, is casting out Satan. You got the damn Russians killing Ukrainians. They're both Satan, man.
That's right.
Now you got Satan killing Satan. This place can't stand.
That's right.
England and the NATO and the Soviet Union, right? The Kremlin, they're meant to be the same Satan, man. But they're divided now, man.
That's right.
Because of the Brexit. Alright, so read this, bro.
This is the book of Genesis 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above.
So this is the blessing that Isaac gave to Esau, the Caucasians, the so-called white men.
That's
the
right.
red ones. Read.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
And by what?
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
So they got a blessing to live by the gun. So that's why they're always going to be by the bombs and guns and weapons and tanks.
That's right.
So they live by the sword. Everywhere they go, they kill, they pillage, they steal, they torture. Alright, they're hunters, man. They go in the field, they start hunting animals that don't do a damn thing to them, man.
That's right.
Because they live by guns and bombs and knives. That's the sword they live by. Alright? So how are you going to write or decrees or edicts about guns? That's pissing their blessing off, man. You can't do that. They're pulling their hair out, man. They're like, leave the guns alone.
Yeah, that's their blessing.
How dare you talk about our blessing?
That's right.
Alright, bring it up, bro.
That's right. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Alright. Go on.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Yeah.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So that's pissing him off. What? You're taking away our gun rights. So I can't slay Jacob, man. They want to use the guns, man. Alright? That's why we don't use guns.
That's
we
right.
don't need bombs and guns.
That's
Ezekiel 38 said that he's going to screw his face when they try to fight us, man. And he's going to turn their bows backwards, man. And their bows are going to turn back towards them, man. Read Ezekiel 38, 39, Israelites, man. Alright? These are powerful scriptures. Alright? So let's close out, bro. Daniel 7:18. So,
This is the book. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 132 and verse 11. Yahweh has sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from
the
it.
Most High swore a truth unto the tabernacle of David, and he's not going to turn from it.
Of the fruit of thy body will he set on thy throne, set upon thy throne, if thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony that I shall teach them. Their children also shall sit upon thy throne forevermore.
Alright, and the children, alright, if we diligently teach our children, that is keeping the commandments. Alright? When thou rises up, when thou goest to sleep, when thou walking by the way, showing them that they are the chosen people of the Most High.
That's right.
Alright? That's commandments. You can't just be in this truth and not show your children, man. A lot of jakes out there making excuses, man. Alright, but you got no excuses. Your children are around you. By law, you have to show them, or you're committing a sin. Go on. Go on.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 66. What will ye do, or how will ye hide your sins before power and his angels? Behold, power himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall power lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
Alright, so when you're sinning, stop doing it. Repent, call upon the Father, and ask for forgiveness. And don't do it, because you're not going to be delivered out of Jacob's trouble. And we've been reading it in the Psalms, you know. We want the Most High to cover us and deliver us, so we can get that salvation from the trouble to come. Alright? We want him to hear our cry and save us. Psalms 145, 144. Hear our cry. Bring up the...
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18.
Read, bro.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Do what?
Shall take the kingdom.
The saints are the biblical Israelites, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. They're going to take this place, man. And what?
And possess the kingdom.
All right, everything's going to be possession to the Israelites. All right, to the Most High's chosen. Man.
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Read, bro.
Even forever.
Go what?
Even forever. And ever.
And ever and ever. And as many evers as we can put on there, man.
Right.
The Most High is saying that we're going to run the things, man. We're owning the businesses, the banks, the clothing, the water, the gas, the electric. We're going to own everything, the chariots, the horses, the lions, the doves, the lilies. We're going to own the damn heathens, man. And rule over them with rods of iron. All right, bring it out, bro.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 8.
Bro, take your hand off the heathen, man. Take your hand off Jezebel. Take your hand off Delilah.
That's right.
Samson, your locks will get chopped off, man.
That's right.
Samson's locks got chopped off dealing with the heathens, man.
That's right.
So don't be like, oh, lovey-dovey, yeah, brother. You're not our brother when you want to hold on to the wicked, man.
That's right.
Get away from the wicked.
One of the worst problems that's going on with us.
The problem is you want to hold on to your enemies.
Africa and see if you
Read, bro.
and see what
This
happens.
is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 8.
Read, bro.
And I found another angel saying,
Read.
Babylon is fallen.
Babylon what?
Babylon is fallen.
Babylon is, that so-called white woman is going to fall down, man. She is Babylon.
Fallen.
Babylon is fallen.
It's
It's
fallen.
what?
It's fallen.
Babylon is done.
That's a great city.
This great England, London is done.
Because she made all the nations
Africa is not
drink
helping you, bro.
of the wine
What?
of the love of her fornication.
Because she put us into captivity. Babylon put our people into wickedness, man. They teach LGBT, batty boy things. These damn wicked Caucasians,
It's
man.
not as easy as that.
We don't give a damn.
Easy, man.
We give a
Don't
damn,
stop
man.
that. Don't
Babylon
stop.
is fallen.
They want us to do that.
All right, it's corrupt.
They want
London
us.
is destroyed.
They want us to stop.
All right,
this thing.
and on that, we're going to close up. We need all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Bahar, Kodesh. Kwam Yashala, Kwam Yashala, Immanuel.
Emmanuel.
Ah, that's right.